This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Welcome to Silent Witness, the podcast that dives into cold case and true crime. Hosted by Christina.
Hello, hello.
And Erica. Hello. What you got? Okay, so this is a follow-up of last week. Is that right?
Yes, this is part 2 of last week.
Okay.
Originally, we featured this case
Weeks and weeks ago.
Maybe a couple months ago.
Okay.
We have pulled that episode, and we will discuss this case in a version that honors Courtney and the wishes of the family.
Okay.
So I'm basically going to make the same statement I did last week because, I need to make something clear. I did not make this story up.
You did
This
not.
is the other family's recollections and viewpoints.
Okay, so last week was one
Side.
recollection,
Uh-huh.
and this week is another
Right.
family member.
And I will say that the other side of this part 2 that we talked about last week is not as critical as far as they were very gracious and said that the information that was given to me was very good.
Oh, they agreed with our original story.
No, with this information I'm about to give you.
What we're about to
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
Okay. So this information now is good. Also, more than one person has said,
Last
yes,
week.
this is what happened.
Last week. And then this week too, there's several family members. This is their version.
Okay.
And there is a divide in the family. I
Okay.
hope they can come together, but I know better than anybody that family sometimes, just because it's your DNA doesn't mean anything.
Mm-mm.
I am doing this for Courtney. I'm going to make that
Yes.
clear because I have experienced some backlash because somehow I'm not telling this story to what people like. And
Well.
probably this one too.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Well,
Sometimes you don't want to see yourself like that.
well, it's about Courtney.
Right?
I don't care
At the end of the day.
anymore. They burned that bridge.
Okay. That's fair. All right. Bring it on, lady.
Okay.
She's laughing too hard. Hang on.
Okay, breather. But I do want, this is for Courtney. And again, I would have scrapped the whole thing, but I thought, you know what? Let's make 2 episodes out of this. Let's get her name out there double.
There we go.
Because this young woman deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of who or what they're doing, she deserves it.
Yes.
And they can continue to put me in an uncomfortable, undeserved position. I'm not making this up. I'm not a liar.
Mhm.
I'm not.
Right. You're repeating what was told to you.
Right.
Yeah. We're good.
And I'm good with research.
Yeah.
I'm a criminal justice professional. I've been doing this
Right.
forever and I've been researching forever. So anything I say is not it is not made up. And again, I'm saying all this because I have to, because some people have put me in a very bad situation because obviously this is my fault somehow.
Okay. Let's get into
Sarcasm?
Okay, so
Sarcasm aside.
We are fluent. Okay.
Let's move to Courtney Martin, who we talked about last week. She's a 34-year-old woman
Mm-hmm.
living in Tyler, Texas, when she went missing on May 18th, 2023.
Okay.
Near her residence in the area of County Road 42 and FM 724 in Smith County,
Okay.
Texas. To this day, she has not been heard from since.
Right.
We discussed her as a person growing up. We talked about that last week, the events leading up to her disappearance. This podcast will be more specific on the timeline that led up to her disappearance, and it will kind of clear up some things from last week.
Yes, I had questions.
Yeah, and
I always have questions.
you know, and again, we took that first episode down.
Right.
And let's get into it.
All right.
Okay. And this, let me be real clear here. This timeline was given to me. I have summarized it. I have not. It's way more detailed. I've not embellished, but I've summarized because if I had reported exactly what was written in the timeline, we would have been here till tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a
detailed?
lot.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, but this timeline was not mine. It was given to me. So that was done by the family.
Okay.
By a family member. So let's go to April 1st, 2023. We will look at the incident where the RV was taken by Mitch.
Gross.
And we talked about that in the previous episode. There was kind of some questions, but we got some more detail now.
There are a lot of questions. Let's go.
We got some answers.
Good.
Now. Brandon and his girlfriend Natalie.
Brandon is the brother.
Right.
Okay.
And Natalie is the girlfriend.
Okay.
And they lived along with Courtney in the RV. Mitch somehow convinced Courtney that because they were 2 weeks behind on RV park fees, so they were parked in an RV park, and you have to pay fees.
Yeah. I thought it was on her grandpa's land. I'm so confused. Okay.
Listen, this is just what was told to me. I don't know.
It was on. He convinced
No, the
them.
grandfather bought the RV.
Right.
But I don't know.
Okay.
Listen, I don't know.
All right. So Mr. Man convinced Courtney that they were behind on their fees.
Well, no, they were behind. They were 2 weeks behind on those fees.
Okay.
And that he convinced them that because they were behind, that the RV park would come and basically confiscate, put a lien on the RV, take it somehow. Does that make sense? Kind of.
Yes. After 2 weeks, they just want their money.
This is what he said. So Courtney went to stay with Mitch.
Okay.
And on this date, April 1st, 2023, Mitch, along with Courtney, went to the RV park.
Okay.
Brandon was at work. Natalie was inside the RV. Mitch walked in, took her cell phone from her because he didn't want her to call the police, and put her outside.
Oh, gosh. Is he a big dude?
I don't know.
Okay.
Mitch hooked up the RV and took it to his land. But see, Courtney was there.
Yeah. Okay. So that does clear up some questions because I was like, how?
Because he convinced her, hey, we're gonna go get this is what
I'm
we're gonna
saving
go
you.
get it. We're gonna take it to my land, and then that way they won't take it from you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
because he's such a helper,
he manipulated her, and lied to her. But Brandon did eventually, when he got home, filed a police report, but nothing was done. On April 9th, so that was April 1st, April 9th. No one heard from Courtney for a few days.
Okay.
Family decided to go pick up some of her belongings from Mitch. A family member attempted to call her or call the police, for a welfare check.
Okay.
The police.
They wouldn't do a welfare check?
No.
Goodness. Really
Courtney ended up being at Mitch's place, and the family tried to, reason with her. Hey, Mitch is bad, but he was isolating her from the family, just like an abuser does. Isolating her, pulling her away from the family.
Okay.
She was off her meds. He wanted to control her. He would here, take some drugs. Here, I'm the only one that loves you. I'm the only one that cares. Your family doesn't. This is Mitch saying this, not me.
Okay.
Let's get this clear. But that's how abusers do it.
Oh yeah, very good at it.
He said they say your family can't care for you like I can. They don't love you.
They
don't care.
I hear them talk about you.
Yeah.
La la la. Yeah.
And so they showed up at the house they showed up, and he wouldn't let her speak to the family, or they called or something. They tried to get in touch with her, and he said, "No, you're not talking to them."
Ugh.
Yeah, Mitch is lovely.
Gross.
Okay. So 420. So we're moving to 420. 2023. While in the care of Mitch, Courtney had been admitted into the hospital and was discharged the date of 420.
Okay.
Due to heat stroke. However, prior to being admitted, Mitch had given her meth. She had a reaction, began yelling that she was on fire. It was called a hot shot. Anyway, it was meth.
Okay.
Anyway, it was a good amount. But he threw water on her and just dropped her off at the hospital. Mitch.
Jeez. Well, yeah, because he's such a helpful guy.
Yeah, he's lovely. Once released, she began walking. She had no shoes. She was disheveled. She was walking, and the hospitals in Tyler are together.
Okay.
I mean, like there's two major hospitals, Mother Francis and UT.
Okay.
And they're very close.
Very close to each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so a Tyler police officer saw her, made contact with her. Courtney at that point saw him come in, the police officer, and threw her phone. like just chunked her phone because, she was in such a state. She didn't want Mitch to track her on her phone. And
Okay.
and I'm sure he told her he could,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. So the officer did call mom, Courtney's
Okay.
mom, and they came and picked her up.
Okay.
Okay. The next day, a family member confronted Mitch to tell him, hey, leave her alone.
Okay.
Stop harassing her and the family.
Good
Because
job,
he's
family
harassing.
member.
Mitch wife's Fawn was also there. We mentioned
Wait,
her.
what? Yeah. Okay, wait.
Well,
They
he
were
was-
married at this point?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I don't, and.
But he also had Courtney living there?
Yes.
Well, he's a peach.
Yes. And that's how he got Fawn, too, from what my understanding. And this is alleged, because I can't have any lawsuits. So allegedly, he said that's how he got Fawn, is the same kind of way. Plied her with drugs, got her on the hook, whatever.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Okay.
It should
Maybe.
be noted that she, along with Mitch, did use. They were, and they're the ones that gave Courtney the meth. Police, at this time when they were confronting and police did end up on the scene, Mitch continued his nonsense. Over the next several weeks, family members tried to get Courtney's belongings. At one point, Mitch swung a strap at Courtney's mother, like trying to hit her, and a police report was filed, like an assault, but no charges were filed. It was, the police were like, bye.
Well, I mean, that could have been on mom too, right?
I don't
To be
think
like,
so.
no, I'm not going to file. I'm not going to.
No. She tried to file.
And they wouldn't?
And the police said there wasn't enough evidence. No, she did file the police report.
I really don't like these people.
I don't know.
Why would you not? Not enough evidence.
There was not enough evidence. I don't know. And it is, maybe it's he said,
Like a
she
he
said.
said.
I don't know. Listen.
Yeah, but it's stuff like that. Look, it's stuff like that is why we have a DV month coming up in October, because people don't take that stuff seriously and law enforcement doesn't act on it.
Yeah. And you would think after all these years, because it wasn't a crime in the 70s. You could beat up your wife and the police would be like, oh, hush, it's okay.
Yeah, but we're talking about
I know.
recent.
I know.
Do
Okay.
something. Be better.
Yeah. So we jump to May 18th.
Okay.
Regardless, that's when the couple saw Courtney arguing with Mitch.
Okay.
Video, the interaction, and it was near the family home. Again, Tommy lived near that area as well, somewhere in the vicinity.
Okay.
So
this is the random Tommy, Thomas, Tom, whoever.
Whoever, yeah.
We don't know exactly who.
And this was
that
shortly before Courtney called Allie
to ask her to pick her up.
Yeah. So I guess so that was what was unclear, was when did they see, but I think probably what happened is Mitch came back after the couple was gone, and by then Allie had already called. I mean, not Allie. Courtney had already called Allie. Yeah.
So for people who maybe didn't listen last week, there was a couple, they were out driving, they saw another couple arguing, and it was Mitch and Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney got out of the vehicle, and we're assuming when Mitch saw that they were being recorded, he drove off.
He got spooked and drove off. Yeah.
And so they stopped recording
and left
because
they were going somewhere.
Right.
Sure.
They continued on with their day.
Mm-hmm.
And then she called her sister Allie.
Yes, I'm not sure on the timeline. Maybe. It could have been before.
So
I'm not
at
clear.
some point before or after that confrontation,
the last time anybody heard from Courtney was the phone calls.
Was that day?
Yeah.
Okay.
So on May 24th, a missing persons report was filed by Courtney's mom or by the police. I don't know. I don't know.
Which was a little more than a week after she'd gone missing.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Also,
or less.
Also of note, and this will. The local media, they have a couple news stations, newspapers. They ran the coverage. This was on May 31st. So, about a week later, they ran the coverage about the disappearance of Courtney.
Okay.
Mitch was questioned in the case.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what's interesting. I read this police report.
Ooh.
Mitch was questioned in this case because he, of course, was the last one to set eyes on her.
Sure.
Now is where the dates are important. Okay. So we have 24th is when the missing persons report. She disappeared on the 18th.
18th.
24th is when the missing persons report was filed.
Right.
31st is when the media ran.
Right.
Okay. The police report of Mitch being questioned contained a lot of discrepancies.
Okay.
For example, on the police report, it states that the officer made contact with Courtney's mom on May 16th. And they have not heard from Courtney. And then it goes on to say, or 18th, I'm sorry, May 18th.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Okay.
wait a minute. Okay, so.
Or the 24th, whatever. That part's not important. But it goes on to say that mom told the officers that Mitch picked up Courtney on May 29th.
What?
That's what the police report states.
But she was already missing.
Mm-hmm.
So how is mom telling the cop that
She wasn't.
what? I'm gonna need you to back up.
Yeah.
I got
Let me
lost.
finish. Okay. So officer then called Mitch, who told him that he was distraught and he was trying to find Courtney. Mitch continued to state that he picked Courtney up on May 29th from Sam's Club in Tyler. And they stayed in a camper in Wood County until May 31st.
Which is when the news story came out that she was missing.
On this date, on May 31st, Mitch states he dropped Courtney off at the grandparents' house on County Road 42. Furthermore, the officer went to the area on May 31st to look for camera footage.
What? When was his report taken?
I don't know, because the police. This is the.
They don't
this
have to
is
put
the.
a date
This
on
is
it?
yeah. This is the. This is the dates that the police put in the report.
Oh, now I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yep.
Somebody's putting wrong information in their report. God, that took me a long time. You're like, the dates are really important. I'm like, I'm going to focus on the dates.
They are important because
But it's important because
the police
they were wrong.
And I think the family has tried to.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, and I think, Courtney went missing on the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Missing persons the 24th. So one thing of a note, and then the 31st is when the
So-
media.
Not even to say that it's malicious intent. This could have just been some cop who's just not even paying attention to life and just writing stuff down improperly.
Yeah, but it was
But
over
way
and over.
off.
I think that's the explanation the police gave the family, was that it was typos, but over and over the dates were typos.
Oh, they were saying it was typos?
I'm thinking that's what they said. I'm thinking somebody had told me that allegedly, because again,
Right. We're not trying to piss anybody off.
I don't care if I piss anybody off.
Well, then why are we re-recording this?
Anyway. No, but what I'm saying is
What?
It just seems like that's what I was. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Anyway, it's not a typo when it happens over and over and over.
No,
One
that's either
date
somebody
wrong.
doing it intentionally or somebody's really stupid. Take your pick.
Yeah.
And if you lean towards really stupid, maybe he needs to find another job.
But if Mitch did tell
and
police,
intentionally.
yeah, if Mitch did tell police those dates, why would the police not have followed up?
Well, and if he told them the dates, why weren't the police like, that doesn't make sense?
I mean, that's a huge red
That
flag.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like, oh wait, she
How
went
did you
missing.
pick her up after she was missing? So she
Right.
wasn't missing? Come on.
But the officer put the wrong dates. Why?
Or Mitch told him those dates, and Mitch is a. Ugh.
we
already
don't know.
he's
It
scummy.
could be the police that are just.
Maybe it was Mitch trying a little CYA. Oh, she wasn't missing. I picked her up at Sam's on the 20.
But mom,
whatever.
but the truth there is mom didn't, because part of that was that that supposedly mom said Mitch picked Courtney up on May 29th. Mom didn't say that.
Okay, so that's in the report that mom said Mitch picked her up.
Right.
And she is saying she never told anybody that?
Yeah, because she filed the missing persons report on the 24th. So she didn't say that to the police.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It would make more sense if she told you. No, I didn't tell them that.
Well, I didn't.
Right.
I talked to mom a little bit through email, but I didn't ask that. Mom,
Okay.
Mom, on her defense, has been sick, so that's why I had a meeting set up with them.
Oh yeah.
They had something going on, and then I just basically talked to another family member.
Okay.
Okay, so that's really telling to me whether it's the police or Mitch. Who knows?
I think it's just a cluster of all of it.
It is.
Like all of it.
It's just shitty police work.
Well, and I'm sure Mitch is not supplying accurate information either. And is he known to deal or use or both?
All of the above.
Oh, okay. That's what his police records show. He's dealt, used, all of it.
I don't remember the dealing
or possession,
theft, stuff like that. He's been to prison. He's just a.
So it could. I mean, he could have given bad information. I don't
think so. I think the police just are inept. Oh, allegedly.
Just straight out there. I'm like, just straight out there with it.
Listen.
It could be. But
maybe Mitch did say that. And if he did, why hadn't the police followed up and say, whoa. So she disappeared on the 24th?
Right.
And
how'd you pick her up on the 29th? So she's not missing?
Or so you had contact with her? So what is up?
So you're still the last person to have seen her alive.
Even after supposedly she went away. Now what did you do with her?
And a quick follow-up. I mean, Sam's Club, that's a big company. I'll bet there's, cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
And it is sort of in an isolated area, but yes, they're going to have cameras.
But they'll have cameras
Walmart
of her
does.
being in and out or whatever.
Right.
So, that would have been an easy thing to follow up on and verify or
Right.
prove false, right?
Right.
You would think. I'm not a cop.
And I'm not either.
So, I don't know. It just feels logical that you might go check Sam's Club.
But no, you
It's
wouldn't.
not. You wouldn't.
If you are not writing the wrong dates down and allegedly inept.
You keep using that word. I don't think that means what you
that's
think
a
it
nice
means.
I said allegedly.
I know.
Can't have lawsuits.
Or maybe they did. You know what? Maybe they did go to Sam's Club and
They
look
may
stuff
have.
up. And maybe if they answered your open records request, we would know that.
Right. And
Okay.
again, they've responded to the family a lot better in all these
Good.
reports
Okay.
I have seen. I saw this report, so I
Okay.
know that the dates are right on there.
You know what you're saying is correct and that you saw it, but the
And I'm
dates
not
don't
making
make
it up.
sense.
Right.
Because she was already
And
missing.
that's important, I think. And another
That's super important.
Yeah, and I've got another little tidbit that's important.
What?
In the months following her disappearance,
Okay.
Lil Bubba.
Oh, yeah, Lil Bubba.
We like Lil Bubba.
Do we? What'd he do?
No, I don't like Lil Bubba.
What'd he call in?
No. He's an associate of Mitch's.
Oh,
and, yeah, and he was questioned also by the police, and he
Okay.
reported to have had Courtney's vehicle,
Interesting.
but he sold it to a Venezuelan man on the Facebook Marketplace.
Okay. That's very specific.
Exactly. This is very odd because you're going to see some random dude, hey, I'm selling this to you. How do you know it's a Venezuelan dude?
That's what I'm saying. Like, where you're like,
That's kind of specific.
That's
and very,
super specific.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
And I think he had gold teeth, but I don't know.
I
think that's what I
don't
read.
recognize your. I recognize your accent. Are you Venezuelan?
Yeah, come on now.
No.
You think
You count out the bills.
You think somebody named Lil Bubba is going to know? Oh, you're from Venezuela, sir.
No.
Come on now.
I don't.
Anyway,
No.
so this doesn't make any sense either. But
Hmm.
I don't know if it did to the police. I don't know. That's a question mark.
We don't know.
It is clear that somebody knows something, and the key is going to be Thomas or Fawn. I think, or anybody associated with Mitch. I think so. I think that's the key is going to be Thomas, Fawn, or anybody else associated with
Well,
Mitch.
I just don't know if Fawn is. Well, maybe. I don't know. Didn't you say family thought Mitch was also giving drugs to her? That was a rumor.
Giving drugs to
Fawn.
No, they told me that's how he got
That's
her
what I'm
platter
saying.
with drugs. Yeah.
So if she's
That's alleged.
That's what I'm saying. That was rumored, alleged.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, if that's true, she may not know her ass from her elbow.
Yeah. But I think that somebody knows something.
Yes.
If it's true that he was jacking around with an excavator in his yard at 10 o'clock at night, somebody knows something and can call the police and say, yeah, that's true. That's what happened.
There's just so many simple things to me that I'm like, how do you not unless he has, 150 acres. How are you not grid searching his land? How are you not looking for where the car might be? How are you not checking Sam's Club?
He drove away.
That was last
He's not a
week.
suspect.
He drove away. He couldn't have done it. He left. The video showed him leaving.
Yeah, so he couldn't have done nothing.
No.
So as you can see, there's a lot to this case, and there's a
Wow.
lot more. This is just a summary of what I saw. And the family is working hard to get the facts.
Good.
And they are working with others in and out of law enforcement to get answers. They're, and again, all the work and the timeline stuff is a lot more specific than what I've reported. But I just wanted to touch on the important things in this case.
Is Smith County, is it a small department?
Smith County,
Like sheriff's department?
No, it's probably the size of McLennan or
That's like a good size. That's too big to be that stupid.
yeah,
Sorry. Allegedly. Does that count?
allegedly.
I'm just saying there's so many things that and again, maybe they did follow up on those things and we just don't know because nobody wants to respond to your request.
Right. And again, I saw a lot of the reports that they would have sent me through this other family member.
And they were questionable.
No.
Yeah, no, not the family member, the reports, because they had the wrong dates.
Oh, because they had the wrong dates. Yeah. Oh gosh. I gotta jump on that because I don't want to say the family did really good in their research.
That's awesome. I love that they shared that stuff with you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. Sorry. But again, the work was done by the family and they are working, they are trying to set meetings with the police. I don't know how far they've gotten, but they're trying their best to force their hand.
Okay.
But Courtney has been missing over a year now and she deserves to be brought home to her family.
Yes.
Courtney's mother
They deserve to know
is
what happened.
suffering terribly. She's just distraught, as is other family members. Obviously, we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
There are some bad people associated with this case, and the family does fear a little bit, and
What, retaliation?
yeah. I mean, listen, you have not only retaliation, but then you got us on here saying Smith County needs to do a better job. That might not be good.
Oops. Well, I'm trying to motivate them.
Listen, I'm not worried about Smith County.
There's got to be, there's bad apples everywhere, but bad apples are in a
if there's a
barrel of
mistake-
good fruit. So if somebody could just,
And if
one of
there's a
those good
mistake
apples could
on
come
the
forward.
report, own
Fix
it.
it.
And say, yes, it was a mistake. We're gonna bring somebody independent in, Attorney General, Texas Rangers, to investigate this and go with it.
Yeah, how do we get the Rangers to look at it?
I think that they have to request
Could
it.
the family request it?
I don't think.
I
I think the law enforcement has to
like
request
sheriff,
it.
like Smith County.
The
has to be
DA
like, "We
may
can't do
can. The DA may can say, hey,
it." Okay.
but I don't know. But it's unclear. It is unclear what the sheriff's office has or hasn't done. I'm not going to say they haven't done anything because I think that they have looked at records,
basics.
cell phone records, stuff like that.
Okay.
But that police report I saw was not good.
Okay. And that's one of many.
I'm
So
sure.
we'll stop
and maybe
picking
the
on
rest are good.
That guy or
Yeah.
lady, that officer, that deputy.
And
that person.
maybe there's not enough to get a warrant for Mitch's land.
Oh, okay.
That maybe that's why they haven't searched it. So I don't know. Listen, I know that someone knows something.
Yep.
And they need to come forward.
Please.
And they can do so anonymously.
Yes.
They're Crime Stoppers. We'll have that. But Courtney Martin, 34, was last seen May 18th in Smith County on County Road 42 and FM 724. She's 5'7", weighs approximately 170 to 180 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. She has mental health issues. She has, even though she is not homeless, let me clarify, she has been to the homeless tent cities, but she's not homeless. Or she wasn't. Probably still isn't. If she would have family to go home to.
Yes.
She does have her nose pierced and a tattoo CM on the back of her left shoulder.
Okay.
She could be anywhere in Smith County, surrounding counties, or anywhere in the state or world. We don't know. Sex trafficking is a thing, and hopefully we can find her, and hopefully somebody will call in a tip. Just, you can do it anonymously. There is a reward.
Yes, Crime Stoppers.
I forget how much the reward is. No questions asked. Just call it in and let's get some answers. Courtney Martin deserves justice. That's the only reason I'm doing this, especially the second episode.
Yes.
So call Smith County Sheriff's Office at 903-566-6600. Call Smith County, Texas. And we'll have pictures of her.
So I know I'm sorry. I know you're looking over here, but I'm going through. There's so many on this Facebook page of other people. That's amazing.
Yeah, and hopefully I can reach out to some and we can feature some.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
We want to get answers, and even though maybe we haven't blown up like some podcasts, y'all go like it and
like,
us.
subscribe, follow, share, but most importantly, share so that Courtney's story can get out and all the other stories that we talk about can be.
And that's what's important. We don't care about us. Don't listen to us. Just go share it so people can see. I mean, we want you to.
I mean, I might make comments about, the cops or LEOs not really following through with where I think, but I'm dumb. I don't know what they're supposed to do or how they're allowed or not allowed to do it. Whatever.
And they may have done a whole lot more than we know about.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
I think Larry's the sheriff. I forget his last name.
I don't know. I was just, darn it. I already went off of their website because I was trying to see how many officers they have.
Yeah. I don't know. Smith County is a pretty good sized town.
Yeah.
They don't have a Costco, but they do have a Sam's.
Well, same here.
It's kind of like McLennan.
Kind of like, I was going to say, it's like Waco.
Waco and,
we don't have a
mid-sized town. It's.
All right. So if you have any tips, please call 903. I want to try to remember 566-6600.
Yes.
903-566-6600. Give that number a call. Check out their Crime Stoppers online if you would rather do it anonymously. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to find the reward. Can't find it. If we can, we'll put it in our show notes. But if you have anything that these people the family can go off of, that law enforcement officers can take and run, any tip, even if you think it's inconsequential, even if you think it has nothing to do with Courtney, please just call it in.
Mm-hmm.
Let the people who are investigating decide if it makes sense or not.
Right. Let's find, and again, I didn't make any of this up.
Right.
I'm not saying anything disparaging about anybody.
No. And you're pulling straight from sources that were shared with you, and you have family members who are saying, yes, you've got it right. And
I think that, again, I'm doing this for Courtney. I'm not doing it to appease everybody. Well, kind of am. That's why we pulled the first one, is because.
But the point of it is
Courtney.
Let's get Courtney home. Let's help her family find out
Even
what happened.
Even if it's bad news, just let's get her home. The family just needs answers. They just need to know. So call the Smith County Sheriff's Office, call Crime Stoppers, call 911 in your area. Just call somebody. Send us a message.
Yeah.
I'll turn it over. I'll give you the reward too. Just turn it over. Let us know who it is. I won't tell them you can get the reward. I don't want money.
Right.
I just want her found.
Yep.
So, get in touch with us. We're on all the things, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, Silent Witness TX.
Yep.
Go follow us. And please, 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 just tell somebody, share this so we can get her picture out there beyond Texas and Central Texas and East Texas. Let's get it out worldwide.
Let's just get her some justice.
I agree.
All right. That is Silent Witness.
Thank you.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.